Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, welcome. Thank you all for joining me today. So today's video is going to be a testing new makeup video. I have in front of me some products that I have garnered from Sephora and Ulta hauls, from my beauty subscriptions such as Ipsy and Boxycharm. And so I thought what I would do was try these products in today's video. So we're going to start off with the brows. For brows, I picked this up. This is the Physicians Formula Slim Brow Pencil. I picked this up to feature it in my drugstore beginner makeup kit for mature skin, and I didn't use it. So I thought today I would use the brow pencil. So I have absolutely no makeup on. I have a little moisturizer on and that, you know, my skincare, and that's pretty much it. I'm gonna put my hair back and out of the way and get it off the face. Okay. And what I like about this is it's extremely slim. It's very sleek looking. I really enjoy that. And here's the tip. You can see just how fine that is. And then on this end, you've got a really respectable little spoolie there. I'm going to brush up the brows. I usually outline my brows first, and then I fill them in. Seems to be a good shade. It's a little light. This is in the shade Taupe. So we'll have to see when the brows are filled in if it's not going to be too light. I actually think that's going to be really good color-wise. Gee, I like that. You know, it's not too dry a formula. It goes on nicely. Okay, so the other brow is filled in. Okay, so far so good. I'm actually enjoying that. It's not a very waxy formula, which is nice because I find those waxy formulas tend to just kind of move all over the place. The next product I got in a subscription box, and this is, I believe, might be from my March Ipsy, and this is the Patrick Ta Major Brow Shaping Wax and it's in the shade Clear. As you can see, it's got a little mirror here, and as you can see, it's just a very clear wax. In fact, touching it, you can't really get anything off on your finger. And then it came with the brush. So here's the Patrick Ta brow brush. So you use this spoolie. So you have to wet the wax here. So what I'm going to do is just take a little of my Murad hydrating toner and just spritz it on there. Oh yeah, there we go. I don't know if you can see that, but it's starting to come off onto the spoolie. And then, oh wow. No, it's very different. Not what I expected at all. But I have to say, it really does set your brows in place. So you could use this instead of, for instance, your brow gel. So I don't know if you can see that, but it's got some, you can actually see the scrapings in there. And it does, it's really, oh, I like this. I will continue to use this. Okay, very nice, very nice. Okay, now for the eyes, I thought I would do the eyes first, so that way if we have any fallout, I can get rid of it before I do the face. But what I want to do is put a little bit of concealer on the lids, sort of as a primer. And I purchased this from Sephora. This is the Mega Last Incognito from Wet n Wild, the concealer, and mine's in the shade Fair Beige. So I'm just going to pop some of this on. And I'm going to take my little brush here and blend it in. And I will use this later under the eyes. Eyeshadow. So I have two eyeshadow palettes here I'm going to choose from. This first one is Belle and Argent. I got this one in my, I believe April. Yeah, my April Ipsy bag. And it's got the most gorgeous packaging. And you open it up. And there are the shadows. Very neutral shadows today. Okay, so that I'm going to use. And in addition to that, in my April Boxycharm, I got the Natasha Denona 5-pan eyeshadow palette, and it's in Ayana is the name of the palette. And this one has very similar shadows to the Belle and Argent. So what I'm going to do is use shadows from both of these. Okay, so I'm going to start out in the Belle and Argent palette here with this matte shade. Where is it? Right there as my transition shade. It's got the space heater on. It gets very cold in this room. It's in the basement and it gets very cold in here. So I like to put the heater on, and sometimes I forget to shut it off when I'm filming. Sorry about the noise. Okay, that color is so pretty. I love that as a transition shade. Then to darken the crease, I'm going to go in with a smaller crease brush. This is my Nabla N306. And I'm going to take this shade right here in the Natasha Denona palette. Just pick up some of that and just darken the actual crease area. And I'm only putting this in the natural crease, starting there and then building up. Because I'm going to do a fairly natural look today with some real nude tones. So I really just want to darken that crease a little bit. This is my Morphe M506. It's a tapered blending brush, but it's tiny. And what I'm going to do is pick up a little more of that shade on this brush. And just focusing it here. And darkening the outer V. I don't want to go any darker. And then I want a fluffy brush. And this one is the Morphe, what is this? It just, oh, this is the a brush from the 5-piece Morphe kit that I got in a subscription box. And I'm just going to just buff the edges there. Okay. And now I want a small pencil brush or something like this. This is good. This is a Luxie mini flat angled brush. And this is perfect. I want to pick up something really light for under the eyes. I have an idea. I did a Dollar Tree haul not too long ago, and I had picked up this LA Colors highlighter. Let's give this a try under the brow bone and see. Yeah, that is really pretty under the brow bone. And I'm going to use that later on. And now I need a pointed liner brush. This one is from Moda. This one is it doesn't say what it is, but it's from Moda, and it has that patterned sort of handle here. And I think what I'm going to do is pick up a combination of this shade and this shade to dust underneath the lower lashes. And I'm just going to bring this right in under here. Yeah, that's pretty. So that was the Denona Gent Nude palette and the Natasha Denona Ayana palette. So both of those beautiful. So for the top lashes, I'm not going to do the bottom lashes yet. For the top lashes, I've got these two mascaras. The same time I ordered the Incognito from Ulta, I ordered the Grande Cosmetics Grande Primer and Grande Mascara. I had seen, what did I see talking about these? Ashley Clady, I believe. I saw talking about these, so that's one of the reasons why I had ordered them. So let's start with the lash primer. So this is what it looks like. It's a typical white primer, just like we'll say the Lancome Sills Booster. I'm applying the primer just right now to the top. Lashes only. Okay, not much is coming off the wand. Get a little more on the wand there, but not much is coming off there. Gosh, with the Sills Booster, you can clearly see the primer on the lashes. That's better. There we go. Maybe I just didn't have enough on the wand. And I do top and bottom. And I'm going to do one eye at a time, only because I find if you let the primer dry, when you're applying mascara, it's too crunchy and it doesn't layer properly over the primer. So now let's look into the mascara. This is the Grande Conditioning Peptide Mascara. This has the serum right in it to help your lashes grow longer. So this is a nice thin wand. There you go. Now let's give this a try. I just realized something. I didn't put any shadow on my lids. What is wrong with me today? Oh my goodness. Okay, well, I'm going to continue putting the mascara on, and we'll put some shadow on the lids in a little bit. I'm finding not a lot is transferring onto the lashes from the wand. And so I'm having to apply more than I normally would. I usually apply, for day-to-day, 2 coats. But for today, I might need to apply 3 or even 4. We'll see. We shall see. Maybe not. Maybe the 2 coats would be enough. And then I'm going to go back with the primer and do my other eye, and I will be right back. Okay, I'm back. I did put a little shimmery shadow on the lid from the Belle & Argent palette, and I did put I've got the mascara, primer and mascara on both eyes. Let's move on to the face. So for primer, I have the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Instant Retouch Primer. This is in Soft Matte, and I got this in my April Boxycharm. Look at how pretty that bottle is. And this is a Real Techniques, it doesn't say, oh, stippling brush is what this says. It feels really nice going on. Oh, it has a nice light fragrance to it. Yeah, it's really nice. Very nice. Okay, for foundation, I have the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Soft Matte Longwear Foundation, and mine's in the shade 100, and I got this in my March Boxycharm. And this has a very similar bottle. The only thing I'm concerned about is this looks awful light. Oh my gosh, that's almost white. I have a feeling this is going to be too light. Let me just test it out on the side here. Wow. Oh boy. Oh man, that is way too light. Oh dear. I'm gonna make it work. We'll darken it up with bronzer. I would say it's probably medium coverage at best. You definitely received the wrong shade of that. Okay, so I've got my sponge here. This is just a beauty blender. And I'm just blending that right out. Disregard the color for a minute, but as far as the texture, it's not settling in my lines, but it's settling on my dry skin. In certain areas, between my eyes here, yeah, around the nose. It's settling in just a little bit in there. I have a feeling my concealer here is going to be a little dark for the foundation that I have. Okay, and again, this is the Wet n Wild Mega Last Incognito concealer. And I'm just going to use my beauty blender. Concealer's not bad. Not bad at all. Okay, now to set everything. I didn't buy this recently. I bought this probably a month or so ago. This is the Physicians Formula Multicolored Pressed Powder. And this one's in Buff. So I'm going to use this to set because I don't have a new powder. And this is the SL Miss Glam Round Blush. This is way too small for me for blush, but I use it to set under the eyes. And then I use it to just get in those areas that are hard to sort of get in with a large brush. Okay. And then I'm going to use my large brush here to powder the rest of my face. Okay, moving on now. I'm going to do my lower lashes. Now that I have face products on, I'm going to go in and put some mascara on the lower lashes here. When I recently did my cosmetic company store haul, I featured this that I had picked up at the store. This is the Too Faced Natural Face Palette. I had always wanted this, and I was happy to see that they carried it. This is what the palette looks like. And I'm going to go in with the bronzer that is called Sunny Honey. It's the matte bronzer. And I'm going to pick that up. Oh, Oh my. Oh my, it's got a lot of red in there. Okay. I have to say, I'm not a fan of that bronzer. It's got a lot of red in it, which, you know, I'm not really a fan of a red. Look at, you can see the red on my forehead. Not really a red bronzer kind of person. That's unfortunate. I'll have to try Tropic Like It's Hot. This one here, which has a bit of shimmer. Now for blush. There are two blushes in here. This is Pink Wink and this is Pink Sand, and that's the one I'm going to use today is Pink Sand. Oh my goodness. Wow. The pigmentation on this is like crazy. Not really loving that blush either. That's disappointing because I was really, really excited about getting this. I'm going to try, of course, I'm going to continue trying these products. That Pink Wink is very pretty. I will use that. And the Tropic Like It's Hot bronzer, I will certainly give that a try. These Starlight and Satin Sheets highlighters in here are too dark for me, but I can certainly use those as eyeshadows or dust them on my shoulders or what have you. So unfortunately, that palette isn't at all what I expected. But for highlighter, I did a Dollar Tree haul, and I featured this LA Colors highlighter in here in the shade Shine Bright. And that's what it looks like. And as, oh, it's so soft. But it is really, really pretty. That's pretty. Yeah, that's really pretty. Okay, moving on now to lips. So I had in my Sephora spring sale haul, I picked this duo up. This is the Fenty Glossy Balm Cream formula in the shades Bubble Binge and Cupcakin. So the shade, let's see, I'm thinking right now that I need is something a little more nude and subdued for the eye. I think what I'm going to do is use the shade called Cupcakin. These are full size, by the way, this duo. And so I'm not going to use any lip liner. I don't have a new lip liner to show you, or a bullet lipstick, but this is quite opaque. That's really pretty. There we go. That is everything new that I've gotten. I have to say there's some hits and some misses here. The hits would be the brow products. Really enjoy the brow products. This is a great combination here, and I will continue using those. For shadows, I loved these shadows, the Bella Argent and the Natasha Denona Avaya palettes. Beautiful neutrals. Continue to use those. The lash primer and the mascara, I'm still on the fence about. It took a couple of dips into the container for there to be any primer showing up on the lashes. And this took at least 2 to 3 coats to really build up the lashes a little bit. So I'm on the fence on those. I'm going to keep trying that out. Now, as far as the face is concerned, primer, I loved the primer, the Fenty primer, and I will continue to use that. It felt really nice on the skin, very hydrating on the skin. It had a bit of a tint to it so that it started the work of helping to even out the skin tone. This is in the shade Soft Matte. And I really enjoyed that. The foundation itself, I felt it sort of collected in areas that were very dry around the nose and between the eyes. The color on this is just really light for me. As much as I tried to darken it up with some bronzer, it's still quite light. So I probably will not get a lot of use out of this one. I'll probably put it away for the winter because this is the color I am in the winter. The concealer I thought was very nice. The Wet n Wild Incognito. It blended in beautifully. It concealed nicely. I don't have a lot of darkness under the eyes, but I do have some. And it did conceal that very nicely. And it doesn't feel dry or cakey. And in addition to that, I don't feel like I have a lot of crepiness under the eyes. No, I don't have any crepiness under the eyes. So I really enjoyed this. I will continue to use the concealer. The powder that I used isn't new. I've been using this for a little while, but it's the newest powder I own. Now for the face, unfortunately, this was a miss. I was very disappointed in this palette. I think the pigmentation is fine. The fact that it's finely milled is fine, but I find these bronzers to have quite a bit of red in them. Just because I'm curious. This Tropic Like It's Hot. That's what that looks like. Yeah, look at that. I mean, that has quite a bit of red in there. So I'm not sure how much I'm going to get out of this. Now, granted, I did buy this at the cosmetics company store, so it's non-returnable. But I'm thinking perhaps, you know, using it on the eyes. Now, I did use this Pink Sands blush today, which was darker than I anticipated, and not exactly the tone that I was hoping for. So, I mean, I'll give the Pink Wink a try and see how that looks. So, unfortunately, this was a miss for me. The highlighter from Dollar Tree, the LA Colors highlight in Shine Bright. I love this for $1. This is fantastic. I have it under the brows and I have it on the tops of my cheekbones and it's beautiful and I will continue to use that. And then for the lips, the Fenty Gloss Bomb Duo. This is beautiful. I love this one. This one is called Cupcakin. And this is the more neutral one. And then I love these bright shades for summer. So this was too bright for today's eye look, but I will definitely be getting use out of this for throughout the summer. And that's another cream, and this one's in Bubble Binge. And these are full size from Sephora. So yeah, that was everything that I have featured, a little from a lot of videos that I've done. So I hope you enjoyed this testing new products video. Feel free to leave me a comment down below. Let me know if there's a product that you'd like me to review. Let me know your thoughts on the products that I tested out today. Now I will link all these products that I've used today down below in the description box. Please give me a thumbs up and like this video. That helps my channel out. And also please subscribe and hit that notification bell as you're advised of all my future uploads. So thank you so much for watching and I will see you in my next video. Bye.